Hey, this is Jordan,
And this is Oli.
and this is a Real Cut podcast where we give you our unfiltered take on life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I am pretty solid,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
I know it's been a crazy couple weeks. I know with
I
like
know.
allergies, sicknesses, things
Yeah,
like that.
I know. I was actually pretty sick a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not fun.
No, never fun.
And then camping last week. So,
Yes, which was amazing. Was
we're,
it fun?
yeah,
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always a little stressful when you have like a million animals and kids.
Absolutely. That's the best part.
But no, it was fun. I love
Yeah.
being out in nature. Oh, and it was raining the whole time.
Oh, that's right.
Like, so we had like little tents, and I'm like, something about camping. Like, at least we had a yurt though.
Yeah.
We weren't like in a tent.
I love that word, yurt.
Yurt.
It's a great word.
Why do you like it?
It's just fun to say.
Like, I
Yurt.
wonder where'd it come from?
I don't know. If I was to make a guess, which I probably shouldn't, but if I was, I would say it's like Swedish or something. It just sounds like that, like yurt. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
Right? Like that would be my guess.
Yurt.
Yeah. I think it's fun to say. Yurt.
Yeah, I already feel like a Viking.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going live today as well. Say hello to our live people.
Oh yeah.
We got some people on already. It's a great
Join
day.
the party.
Absolutely. My favorite, I know that you posted something from your camping trip, and I thought it was really cute when you guys found the frog, you and your sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my sister and I, we're both, we're really close.
Yes.
And she and I like went on a walk, and then there were little frogs everywhere.
Yeah.
And like, I think on my story I said when you're hanging out with your sister and you immediately turn into 12-year-old little boys together.
Yes.
We're just like chasing frogs and diving in and
Yeah.
like finding rocks. Like,
I was the best. I think that was
we're like middle-aged women, and like people are like, what's wrong with them?
But that's what you should do. I mean, like that
I
was what the cool part of that
know.
video is you could tell that you guys were feeling like young again and having fun.
Yeah.
And life is so serious all the time. Like it's good to have fun.
Oh yeah,
You know?
for sure. And
Or-
I would catch frogs over pretty much anything
Yeah.
because they're so cute.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I used to kill them when I was little.
Okay. Well, let's touch on that. So I mean,
This is why I have issues.
well, don't we all? But I mean, that's
I have
let's be real though.
extras.
The people with issues are the
I got
most
some
fun.
extra like sprinkled in.
A little sprinkled in, like you're like an everything
God's
bagel.
like, whoops, the lid came off.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there are plain bagels out there. There's like cream cheese and an onion. You're an everything bagel. You got all the sprinkles, right? So I think it's
Thank
perfect.
you,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. Well, everything bagels are a lot of people's favorite. They even sell the seasoning separately.
Yes.
So I mean, it's
What
very
is your-
desired.
What do you feel about them?
I like an everything bagel.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think I do too.
A little flavor on it and everything.
Like,
I mean, well, that's why they call it an everything bagel.
bittersweet.
A little flavor on it, and everything. But yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Are they a little sweet? I'm trying to remember. I thought they were more like salty. Or were you
No.
saying you like bagels to be a little more sweet?
No.
Did I mishear you completely?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, they mess up my toaster though. Legit, there's so much on them.
What do you mean? Like they over toast it?
Like they fall into my toaster.
Oh, the bagels themselves in your toaster. I got you.
And like, how do you clean a toaster?
Upside
like,
down?
Super great.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, you just.
I know, but you can't like clean it.
No. Yeah, I mean, only to a certain point.
I know.
I went to Starbucks one day when I was working at the Woodburn K Jewelers, right, in the morning. So the Starbucks that was there, and I used to get a green tea and a bagel in a lot of
Yeah.
mornings. And there was one time I went back all the way to the work, and it was like I didn't have enough time to go back, and I
Yeah.
opened up my bagel, and a quarter of it was gone. Like if that makes sense, a half of a half, right?
Why?
Was gone. I have no idea. I'm like, how do you serve this bagel like this? I like
The
if it had a
employee's
chunk
like,
or a
"Some for me,
piece.
some for you."
Right, exactly. They're
It's
like,
like no one will notice.
yeah. I'm like, are you serious? Like you gave me 75% of this bagel.
Wow. I
Like-
hope you went back and demanded a refund.
I definitely didn't.
I wouldn't have either.
Yeah. There's a part of me too that's like, what is like when you look at like, am I really gonna like, what is my time worth, money wise?
Yeah.
Also,
I wouldn't,
right? Yeah.
And plus, I'm like, they could like punch me in the face, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I hope
Like,
not. A Starbucks employee wouldn't punch you. They're like, how
Like,
dare
I
you
can't
question
get
my
mad.
bagel skills?
I can never get mad at like a service industry, especially in the food service
Yeah.
person. Like
I get that.
literally, I could never because I've been there and
Yeah.
like been treated like crap when you're getting yelled at
It's
and
the
like
worst.
it's
It's
horrible.
the
So even
worst.
actually when I get bad service, I like literally sometimes tip more because I know that they're probably going through so much back there that nobody knows about.
Right. I'll definitely look at the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if it's really slow
Yeah.
and everything like that, I'm like, all right, maybe something personal in their life is going on, you know. If they're
Okay.
super big, because like I've been
But you
in
don't know.
service as
I've
well.
had managers and cooks like hold me back and yell at me. So it's
Oh
like,
yeah. No, I've had that
even if
too.
it's slow,
Right.
especially sometimes when it's slow.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like you can always tell somebody like, well, I think I can tell somebody who just doesn't want to do a good job or somebody's having a bad day. You
yeah.
know, I mean, but I agree. You never know.
Yeah.
I still always tip. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever not tip. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
good.
yeah.
That's
Because
good.
like the same thing I've served many and people are their worst when I'm my worst when
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely my
working
worst.
when you're hangry is the worst when you work with food.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then like other people come in and like
Yeah.
they're just hungry and mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it
people
just
can
is
be
what it is.
mean.
Yeah.
What
But
about Woodburn Outlet? What's a memory you have from there? It can
ooh,
be an outrageous memory.
I just remember so many things about the Woodburn Outlet. Like it was
That was like a wild place to work.
it
It was
really was a wild
crazy.
place because you're right off I-5.
Yeah.
It's the second destination to visit in Oregon
Yeah.
other than the coast,
Right.
right? So we
Yeah.
have tons of people in and out.
International.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Because
was
all the
probably
tours go there. All the tour buses go
yeah,
there.
literally. I think
Yeah.
that was like that was the thing is when I started working there and it was a long time even at Zoomies.
Yeah.
And my manager was like, "Listen, tour bus of tourists will hop
Mm-hmm.
off." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?" And then seeing it, like
It's
three
wild.
tour bus and just people
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
crowds
Yeah.
coming towards you. And I think that was part of my like I
Mm-hmm.
really liked haggling with some of the tourists that were from foreign countries
Right.
because like that was how they did it in
Yeah.
there. And they
Yeah.
would come in and
And that
like
was before Google Translate.
right. Oh yeah.
None of that.
Yeah, and
We
that
had
was a
like
lot of
I
fun.
remember we had a laminated sheet that had Mandarin on this side and English on this
Yes.
side
Yeah.
for like white gold and like all
Yeah.
this stuff. Yeah,
And it told us how to like yeah, that way we could
because
help them out.
most of them were Mandarin
A lot of them
speaking.
came in with Mandarin.
Yeah,
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 absolutely. Yeah, it was the
yeah.
bulk. But then also like so in Woburn area as well, there's a high amount of Russian
Mm-hmm.
people as
Yep,
well.
yep.
And that was one cool thing I loved about that also is learning about their culture and how and I may get a little bit this here wrong
Like
and I
how
don't
you
mean to,
can't,
but
they couldn't wear a diamond in their ring during the
right.
ceremony.
Yeah. And like, or how long
Yeah.
the weddings are, like a
Mm-hmm.
week long
Yeah,
and
like we had
everything.
to know all this stuff to know what
Yes.
to sell them.
Right. Which was super
Yeah,
cool.
it was cool.
And I just love learning about culture. Like
Yeah,
that's one thing, if I could ever travel more, like that's something I would love to do is just take in like the culture of any
yeah,
area you're in. You know what I mean?
right.
The only problem, like for me with texture issues is that
Yeah,
like food starts to be an issue depending on where you're at. Like
yeah.
there's certain
Oh,
areas
like
I
if you
know I
travel.
couldn't
I was still
exactly.
in the Woodburn jewelry. I'm like, you weren't talking
No.
about any of
Well, you got
that.
to keep up with my
Okay.
ADHD
Okay.
Ferrari
I
brain.
know.
Yeah, no, we
Usually I
jumped.
do.
Yeah, no, you do. That
You
one was a
jump off
quick
a
pivot.
cliff.
Yeah, it's so
Oh.
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would. I mean, yeah, those were. I mean, what was your favorite? What was one of your good memories about Woodburn?
Good. Well,
Good,
I
bad.
was gonna tell a bad
No, tell
one.
me your bad one then. Yeah, good, bad, ugly, all of them.
Okay. So I have a lot of really bad ones, but one of
Okay.
them, I had this employee. It was
Yes.
when I was assistant manager, but I was acting manager because the manager was out for like 6 weeks
Oh
for
yeah.
a surgery. And so I was like the acting manager, and
Uh-huh.
I had an employee that was stealing, and I couldn't prove it,
But
but I knew he was
you knew,
stealing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
And
said
so
sorry about all this, by the way. I mean, I don't know what. No, I'm just joking. It's not me, not me. I'm just kidding. But
So I had to terminate 3 people while I worked there, and it
wow,
was really hard for me because I'm the ultimate people pleaser. Not so much now. I
it,
still
it's
am,
something
but
you've been
back
working
then,
on, though. Yeah.
oh my gosh! And so this guy, so a men's ring was missing,
Man.
and it's
And
like
it's so
the
easy.
style of the ring that was missing and the style of this guy that worked for me. They're
It's
like
just like, yeah.
it's a very flashy diamond ring.
Did he ever wear it to work or anything like that? Did he
Well,
ever?
the first one, I was like searching inventory, all this. I was like, so and so, his name.
Right.
I was like, are you sure? Because you did inventory, you did the daily count in the men's rings, and this
Right.
ring is gone. Oh, no, no, blah, blah, blah. And so then he comes back the next day
Yeah.
and he pulls it out of his pocket. He's like, oh my gosh, I accidentally went home with
How
it.
funny,
Blah, blah,
just
blah.
by
I'm so
chance.
sorry. And I'm like, and the tag was off. And I'm
Ha!
like, and his Snapchat showed him out at the bar the night before, like at the club.
No, and like, did he
You
have it
couldn't
on his?
see it.
That's
Yeah,
my
you
next
couldn't see
question. I
it.
was like, was it on his
But I'm
hand?
like,
Like,
he went there to
you
flex
know, he
with
totally went
this
there to flex.
$2,500 diamond ring.
Right.
And so I was just like, oh my gosh. And so, anyways,
That's so
I
funny.
was like, thank you for bringing it back. I'm glad
Mhm.
you found it. But I'm like,
Come on.
that is like
That's
literally
theft.
grounds for termination if you leave the building with anything.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
And so, and by the way, where he had worked before, people had experienced the same thing. Like there was yellow gold jewelry
Oh,
going
okay.
missing, but they couldn't prove it. But they were pretty
Right.
sure it was him.
Right.
So then he got transferred to Woodburn. So then,
I mean, the only side of it, because like, you know me, I'm such like a devil's advocate, right? You know,
yeah,
the only way I could see that happening
yeah,
is because like we would try on jewelry
right,
all the time,
yeah,
and wear it and kind of show it off,
yeah,
right?
totally.
So I could see like if you stepped out forgetting
Yeah.
you were, but even
Yes,
then,
that's what he said. He
even
did.
then though,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because we have
yeah,
to count it, you have to put it
right.
all away. You're gonna
Yeah.
see your way. Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's
But
still
anyways,
grounds, but yes,
either
totally.
way,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, oh my gosh, and I really liked this guy. He was
right.
a lot of fun to be around.
Yeah, he's a good
We would
employee
listen
otherwise.
to a lot of the same music together. Like I liked the guy,
Right.
but I also didn't trust the guy because there were so many red flags.
Yeah.
And so then, not much like a week or two after,
Yeah.
and I'm already overwhelmed with things. Like I have like my employees were all just like handfuls. They were all
Okay.
just a lot. And then
Yeah.
you know, like we had the Rolexes and thefts happen, and
Oh, yeah.
and like people grab and run. Like there's just a
Mhm.
lot going on.
Especially when you're right off I-5, it's easy for them to get away.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yep. And so we're dealing with already with so much, just like legally, we're always having to file police reports when people are stealing things. Like very high sales goal, like
Right.
you have to sell $5,000 in jewelry that day, and if you get two people in the store, it's like you got to try to sell them $5,000
Right.
otherwise, or go out into the mall and try to find people and bring them in, because
Mhm.
otherwise we could lose our job.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we have to fill out one like credit card application.
That's what I was gonna say. The one credit card app a
Like,
day.
we
Yep.
had to like get people to fill it out,
Yeah.
and it's like crossing that ethical
Right.
line, because
You start
it's
like hitting up your friends
that's
around the mall.
someone's credit.
Yeah.
I know.
You're like, listen,
Ugh.
just help me out, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Just.
And so anyways, so I'm already dealing with like way more than a human
Yeah.
should. For
And
a
then you
job.
have
I
all
mean,
like
this
your
was our
at home
job.
stuff too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
just life.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
what I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
And this
Yeah.
was around the time where Mike was leaving for sometimes. One time he left for 8 weeks around this time
Oh,
period.
dang,
I
for
don't
like military
remember if
stuff
he
or
was-
whatever.
Mhm,
Yeah.
So and Porter was like 1,
Yeah.
and
it's
the other
fresh at
kids were
home.
like 4 and 5. Like, so
That's what I was thinking. They're,
don't
like,
even know how I
young.
like lived through this. That's probably why I can handle just about anything.
Yeah.
Like,
You've had the training.
yeah. And so
Moms are battle tested. Little quick side note, like that's such a good point. I mean, dads are too, right? We should say parents, like, but like that's so funny. Like you're
Yeah,
right. Like
yeah.
you go home, and you're just like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know. And the crazy part is our bodies aren't even fully healed for a year.
Really?
So, yeah. Like because
Every
your
time I
hip
hear more
muscles
about,
are
like, pregnancy, you
separated,
guys
and
amaze
it takes
me.
a year for them to go back.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I believe
and it's
that.
painful.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's
Yeah,
movement.
it's all
like, yeah.
so it's wild. So I'm like dealing with a lot, and then this guy is like, okay, so then
yeah.
a fat men's ring, like fat diamond,
Just a big
men's
gaudy
ring,
one.
just
Yeah.
like fat, like $4,000 ring goes missing, and I
No way.
knew it was him.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, so the monitor of like the recorded activity
Okay.
is like the worst video, and the
Mhm.
monitor's up at the top of the safe.
Oh, I remember.
Really far back.
Yeah.
And so I'm like on a ladder. I'm on this ladder, like up on half onto the safe, just like trying to catch this guy. And he was so sneaky because
Yeah.
he knew where the cameras were. And so
Right.
like So like anyways, so I was up there for like 3/4 of the day, and I had to have the third key like out there like running the store,
Right. So
and
you
it
could
was
just watch
so
constantly.
awful. It was so awful, and then I couldn't prove it.
Right.
He was too sneaky. He knew where the cameras were. I was
Yeah.
so mad. And so I like and then and then I'm like, okay, because he was sloppy in other ways. So I'm like, I just got to start writing him up for the little things
Right. And then you can get him.
until he's gone,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I can't approve this.
It's how they got Al Capone. Tax
Oh,
evasion.
really? Oh, yeah.
It's how
So
they got
that's
him.
what I was doing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good strategy, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like. So because it's like, it's okay, it's like you can work with people like if they're making little mistakes, but I'm
100%.
like, okay, like I know this is happening. Like it was not even a question.
Right.
And he was like making kind of like threat type remarks, like
Oh.
if you let me go, I'll let them know that you were discriminating type thing. And I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
that this would
ridiculous.
never happen, like, but
Right.
that's a threat, like that's horrible. It doesn't mean you can do
No,
whatever you
that is
want.
a threat. That's blackmail.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's.
language like that was being used, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, like, and it is kind of scary too. I was
Yeah.
like, I felt like, oh no, what do I do?
Yeah.
So, anyways, then one day, like, okay, you know how we were only supposed to take out one piece of jewelry at a time,
Yes.
and then put it back in the case and get out another one?
Right.
And so we definitely weren't allowed to take a whole tray of things and put it on the counter. And so he did that with engagement rings. He put them all out on
No
the counter.
way.
So you bet, write him up. And he was so mad, but he knew I was right.
That, yeah, you're 100% right. You know how easy it would have been to grab somebody just grab all of them?
Yeah. And so he did that. And then another time, the next thing I wrote him up for was he like left the store.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, he bought a watch with his employee discount.
Okay.
And we aren't allowed to buy watches for or anything. Remember, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
We couldn't buy things with our employee discount and then
sell it
to somebody else.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he buys a watch at his discount for like dirt cheap, and then he leaves for his break. And one of the other girls that works there was like, I just saw him in the parking lot selling that watch. Like, she saw the transaction.
Yeah. That's because
like,
that's so dirty,
God.
Dude.
Yeah, I was like, so I wrote him up for that. And he's like,
money
I
from the
didn't
company,
know. I'm
essentially.
like, you signed it in the employee handbook.
Yeah, dude.
So, oh my gosh. So there's that. And then, so I wrote him up for that. And then a women's hoop diamond earrings go missing, and those were like $900.
Yeah.
Not as much as a ring, but the cameras.
Still a good amount.
He didn't evade the cameras. Got
Not
him
on
on
that
camera. And then he was gone. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then
I love that. I fucking hate thieves. Excuse my
but it's
language.
like,
Sorry,
I
but I
really
hate
loved
thieves.
this
Like,
guy.
yeah.
I mean, I liked him, and I
Yeah.
was just like, why are you like this?
I'm sure he's likable.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he came in a few months later, and he's like, I sell life insurance now. Do you want to buy life insurance? And I'm like, no, I don't trust you. Why would
Yeah.
I trust you with my life
The
insurance?
most
policy?
valuable insurance I should buy, which is going to help it my people, because it's not for you, right? It's for
Yeah.
like the people
I
left
wonder
over.
what he's up to. I should look him up.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
used to have him on my
I wonder what he's
Snapchat,
doing
and
with
he would
his
like
life.
send me videos
Yeah.
sometimes.
Just
Whenever he
random
was
stuff.
at the club.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
at the club, Jordan. Like,
what a goofball.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
but
That's such
actually,
a
everyone
joker.
I've ever let go, I have good relationships with them
Yeah.
because they knew there was usually situations like that.
Well, you're a pretty straightforward person.
Yeah.
So I think like if they're gonna get in trouble, they're gonna
Yeah.
know why and what
Yeah.
they did.
I've
Like it's not like you're just
relaxed
gonna
a lot,
BS them a lot.
though. Like literally, I've
Mhm.
relaxed so much in my management style, like so much.
Yeah.
Like I used to write people up if they were like late.
I can see that.
Like,
Yeah.
because
Well,
in my opinion, you shouldn't be late.
to be fair though, exactly. So that's my thing.
Yeah.
Like how often are we talking that they're late, right? Like if it's
Yeah.
an
If
employee
they
that
were
is always
habitually
on
late.
time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
give you a one off,
Right,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
But if you're habitually
Yeah.
late, that's
One of them
ridiculous.
was always
That's
late,
ridiculous.
and then he took a nap behind the bridal bar.
Yeah, see, that's like, come on.
And I think
A
he was
nap?
testing me, and so
Yeah.
I fired him.
Yeah, exactly. Because I bet he did. He probably
But
thought
actually,
like he could get away with
he's a
it.
great person. Back
Yeah.
then, he was like 18 or something. Now he's like
He's
a
just young.
dad and has all these kids, and he bought a house. Like,
Which changes
great.
you a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally a different person. But anyways,
Absolutely.
funny.
That is funny. I mean, I'm not saying I haven't been like a horrible worker or anything
Yeah,
like that
I
before.
used to be when I was a teenager. Yeah.
Right. Actually, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. As I said that, I'm like, I've actually been a pretty darn good. Well, I
Yeah.
got trained how to work hard from a
Yeah.
man that like Jimbo from the Mount Angel Sausage Company essentially
Mhm.
taught me. Like my parents gave me chores and taught me how to work. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to like discredit them at all, right?
Right.
But the man who gave me my first job, like,
Yeah.
and through like my young years and really taught me how to work hard was
Mm-hmm.
Jimbo. And he was an offshore oil rig man, and he came from Montana, and he didn't mince words, and he just
Yeah.
believed in working.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
like I've always
Yeah.
had it like, and my dad was a hard worker too. Like from day one, he's always like made us work as well. Like if we ever wanted anything, we didn't just get it. We
Yeah.
had to work for it,
Right.
you know,
Which is
which
so
I'm very
good.
happy for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, so like I think it's translated over.
Yeah.
Now, like I'm trying to think. I know I've done some funny stuff with my work and stuff like that. I've just done
Yeah.
stupid things though. Like when I
Yeah.
was young, I remember one time I was out late partying.
Yeah.
I woke up, so I didn't get a lot of sleep. I was sharing an apartment with three other guys,
Yeah.
two to a room. It was a
Yeah.
two-bedroom apartment, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And so I was getting up at like 5:30 in the morning. I kept the light off to try to be nice to my roommate,
Yeah.
getting dressed. I show up to work and my brother is like, "Hey, what's up?" And he looks down and goes, "Why do you have two different shoes on?" And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was working in a door shop at the time. So I
Yeah.
had my crappy like door shoes and I
Yeah.
had like my nice ones that I wore
Yeah.
for like, talking to girls going out. And I was like,
Right.
"Oh, crap."
Oh
Like,
no.
yeah.
You're at work?
Yeah.
Oh
And so I ended up
no.
like trying to leave. I ended up like leaving and going home to
Yeah.
change my shoes, which was like a stupid,
Yeah.
like dumb little thing. I
Right.
mean, so
Oh, I remember one time, like, I had an employee named Austin who
yeah.
I ended up becoming very good friends with after I
Yeah.
wasn't his manager anymore.
Yeah.
But it was like Thanksgiving, because we used to have to work on Thanksgiving in Woodburn.
Right.
And he showed up in a suit, because we were supposed to do suits on special occasions or whatever.
Right.
And he was in a suit and like the worst Vans ever that were like falling apart. And I made him leave the sales floor to either go get or buy new shoes, and he
Right.
was so mad at me and he yelled at me on the sales floor, and I was like, so anyways,
You were
that
right
happened one
though.
time.
Yeah, that's
I
not part of
know.
like as somebody who used to be in jewelry, that's not part of dress code at all. Now,
It's our favorite story now though.
that is a great story. I mean,
Because our kids get
I think it's a great style choice, but
yeah.
it doesn't fit within the
I
guidelines of
know.
the yeah. Like I think that's it could look well, not if they're all beat up though. Like
Yeah,
you gotta have to
it
have
was
nice
horrible.
Vans.
No.
Yeah.
And we weren't allowed to wear Vans
No, yeah,
anyways.
you
But
can't.
yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't miss those days getting like stolen from,
No,
things
not at
taken out of
all.
your hands and people run.
Right. I had that happen at the
Horrible
Fred Meyer Jewelers
people.
off of Market Street.
Yeah.
And then we had to go into that and like they had
Right.
people come and everything. We had to like name them, not name them, but like ID
Yeah.
them and whatnot, which
Yeah.
was just crazy. Because one, you don't want to like ID the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And a lot of
Yeah.
the transactions happen quick. Like it's a quick moment.
Right.
Like this guy knew he was gonna do it though. Like there's
Yeah.
certain signs. Like
You
a lot of people with
can,
body
yeah.
language, right? Like he's
They
looking
won't look at you
everywhere.
in the eyes.
Right. Well, and I'm like, so what are you looking for today, right? And he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, I'm looking for your most expensive bracelet." Red flag, but
Okay.
not.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
sometimes
right,
people are
right.
just ballers.
Yeah.
They're coming in because they want to spend money.
Right.
But it can be a red flag
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is where it became a definite red flag for me, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, who's it for? Is it for a female or a male?
Yeah.
Because now we're coming down to
Oh,
style,
and
right?
yeah.
It doesn't matter, is what he said.
Okay.
Well, it always matters.
Yes.
It always either it's for you,
Yeah.
so a man, you know what I mean,
Yeah. Who's
or
it
it's
for?
for somebody else, a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in our business, it's a
Like, it does
gift
kind of
or it's for you.
matter.
It always matters.
Yeah.
So as soon as he was like, it doesn't matter, I was like, okay.
Oh
And I started
no.
showing him like karate bracelets, like ones that were
Yeah.
not our most expensive.
Yeah.
And I would put it in his hand
Yeah.
and I'd be like, look at this, isn't this great? Let me show you one more thing about it. And I'd pull it right back out of
Mhm.
his hand
Yep.
immediately.
Yep.
And so like I always
You
kept
were doing
control,
the
right?
Yeah.
And then I tried to close him
Yeah.
because they're not going to close, right? So I
Mhm.
hard closed him, which
Yeah.
I don't normally do. But if I think you're
Right.
going to steal from me,
Yeah.
I'm hard closing you.
Yeah.
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 And he was like, no. He's like, let me think about it. And I was like, all right, well, I have other people to help out.
Yep.
I'm going to come back to you.
Yep.
And I told my employees that were there that day because I was the assistant manager.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm the only one helping him.
Yeah.
No one else.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so then I helped a lady buy a G-Shock for her boyfriend,
Right.
and she's in the garden department. And I'm like, hey, can you go to security? Because
Mhm.
this is like a whole different. I don't normally work out of the store. I'm
Yeah.
helping out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what security's number is, the
Mhm.
direct line. Can you ask them to come over and just hang out?
Right.
And she's like, absolutely.
Yeah.
As soon as she gets done saying absolutely, my fellow employee's like, welp, you're right. And I look over and she's standing in front of the bridal case and
Oh,
he's
no.
gone. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, I just handed him a $12,000 diamond ring, one of the big, and that's on discount, right?
No.
And it was like one of the big bridal sets.
Oh
And she's like, and he
no.
just took off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I told you that was going to happen.
Oh
Like, I
my
literally told her, I was like, do
God.
not, he's going to run and steal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
No.
And like, so then, and that was like the second time she had somebody grab it. And so like, she was like pretty
Mm,
sure she was going to get fired. And I was like, you might. Like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm also
You
not going
are
to lie to you.
ignoring all of the protocol.
Right. Like, if we're being completely honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's your second time. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
I
other side of it.
know.
Like, if you hadn't been in the industry for years and known better,
Mm-hmm.
this might be a whole different conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my case, and that was a really weird one. Like, that was just crazy. Yeah. But it was,
uh,
yeah. I
all
mean, she was
right.
a sweet enough person, but
Yeah.
yeah. So speaking of controversial and funny things and questions, we have a couple here. Let's
All
see.
right.
Oh, now, like a lot of these are kind of funny debate topics, in fact. Like a lot of them are coming down to different things like would you think that is water wet?
Why is that controversial?
I mean, what is your answer?
Yes.
You would think water is wet?
Yes. Do you?
I mean, I don't know. What is can it be itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like so okay. So all right, right? So we're going to think about this. So water makes things wet, right?
Yeah.
So can it be wet itself?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
I
You know what I
don't.
mean? Like I guess that makes sense. Like so is air dry?
Yeah. Well, if it has water in it,
Well, see,
it could be
that's
not be.
right.
But with lack of water, then yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Right? I don't know. See, now you're like, is this controversial? I think it is controversial. And people at home, I mean, anybody live right now, do you think water's wet? Then let us
Yeah.
know.
Of course it
Yeah.
is. Don't entertain this.
Don't entertain it. She says.
That's a
Totally entertain
normal
it.
one.
Everybody entertain it. The next one is, ooh, does a straw have one hole or two?
A straw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one. But
Yeah.
two openings.
Ooh, see, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, two opening, which
You know
every,
what they should do? They
wait,
should do one straw, like one, and then it has a whole bunch of little straws off of it. Would you get more of the drink?
wait, what? Okay, like a root system for a tree.
Yes.
Okay, I
Would
want to make
that
sure I'm
get
listening.
more? Would that get more in your mouth?
So in theory, I mean, because like the tree,
Oh,
think
like
about
an
trees
upside
do
down
it to root.
funnel would be better.
An upside down, yes, I guess.
I
But I mean, like even then, if it's coming to a smaller point, you're only going to still be able to get so much,
Yeah.
right? At that point,
So
if it's
just a
all coming
wider
down.
straw.
Right. That's all it is. You just need a wider straw. But
Oh.
then think about like if you had a straw the size of your mic, like could you imagine like trying to like we're not gonna suck on these mics here. But that would be ridiculous is the point, right?
Like
Like
the boba straw is
like a
like the
boba straw.
best. Yeah.
Oh, boba drinks. Okay.
Okay, do you like
Where are you
boba?
at on that?
Oh, I don't like it.
I
I do
hate boba.
not like it at all.
I don't understand. Like I'm a
Mm-mm.
sensory person though, right? So like
Oh yeah,
that
I
just
bet you
drives
hate
my
that.
yeah. I tried it once and I almost vomited. Like it was just the weirdest text. Like I don't understand why you would want to drink something with a crazy slimy ball in your mouth. Like that's or multiple of them. Like
Do
no,
you
thank
have
you.
you tried the popping one and the chewy ones?
Wait, what?
Which one kind did you try?
The poppy one? I don't know which
Yeah.
one I tried. Do they actually pop like pop
Yeah,
rocks?
they explode. No, not like pop rocks.
More like
Like
a gusher.
yes,
Is that more what we're talking about?
but they're it's like liquid and a very thin outer part. So it's like gushers. You have to bite into them. These ones you barely have to.
The one I remember was kind of like
Like
it was like a
chewy.
jello.
Yeah, yeah. So you might like the popping ones.
Maybe, probably not.
They look like fish eggs.
Yep, that's nope, nope. That's a hard pass. Yeah, absolutely. If I'm
I don't
drinking
like it,
something,
though,
I don't want anything in
honestly.
it. Yeah, it doesn't like that. My brain does not compute that. Like
Yeah.
that's like why would you have dirty water? Like I don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish egg water.
Yeah, you have fish egg water. You're like,
Yeah.
and you know what?
People love it,
People,
man.
yeah, no, my
My
son.
kids love it.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, all
Yeah.
about it, all about it. He
Yeah.
loves all that stuff,
I
which is funny
know.
because he has sensory stuff as well. But it's funny to see what he has and I don't,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he loves that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I know a lot of kids do. I talked to another parent
Mike
the other
likes
day.
all that.
Does he?
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of adults who do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like you turn 20 and then you hate it.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm too old for
Yeah.
boba.
Yeah. That's like that was me when I turned like 20. I all of a sudden like bell peppers.
You didn't or did?
I began liking them for the first
Ah,
time.
okay, you're like, I'm an adult, so I need to start eating bell peppers.
Yeah, and then they were like magically good.
Yeah, well, they're a great flavor. I just can't
I
handle the
just,
texture.
yeah.
I'm still not an adult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I still eat like a child.
You're going to turn like 80 and then you're like,
It's gonna
I
be
can
so
handle
true.
all of this now.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, give me some peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you going to talk like that when you're old?
Because I won't have any teeth. There'll be
Oh.
old man talking. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Old people
yeah.
have teeth sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what? I just read an article and I need to research it to see if it's true.
Okay.
Because it was one of those like Facebook
You
articles,
should
right?
definitely spread it around before
Well,
knowing
that's why
if
I'm
it's
giving
true.
the clarification
Okay,
first,
okay,
right?
okay, let's hear
But
it.
it is gossip and this is absolutely 100% true per Oli.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's
Dang it.
like you're not old yet. You don't
No,
need to talk like that.
it's creeping in. It's creeping in.
You're like, I have my teeth, but I'm still gonna
Yeah, exactly. Uh, oh shoot. Oh, okay, there it is. So if you guys don't know
I
what
saw
80,
it starting to leave you brain,
right?
and
And
then
then I just grabbed it right. I used the force and I was like, no, you will
yeah,
come back.
stay with me.
If you guys want to know what ADHD looks like, you
That.
just saw it right there, 100%. So I I read an article that said Chinese or they're scientists. I could get that. That could be the wrong area. So there are scientists right now that are moving to humans trials where they've proven to be able to regrow human teeth in animals so far.
Oh, whoa,
So
that's
essentially,
cool.
we'll be like sharks. So if you
Yeah,
lose a permanent tooth, you'll be able
yeah,
to regrow it. How
that's
cool is that?
cool. We need to
Which
look
will
that up.
alleviate dentures and all that
Yeah,
at that point.
yeah.
Which the denture company, big denture company, is not going to be happy about that. Big
Yeah.
business
So pull
dentures.
your stocks out
That's right. Yeah.
of the denture
That's right,
company.
because they're going down. Unless they actually they buy the rights to this product and then kill it,
Imagine if this goes wrong.
right? What?
Like,
Like,
imagine if the trial goes wrong and people are growing other things,
or like other
like
places,
weird.
like teeth just randomly on their hands or whatever. Like,
No.
oh,
Oh
that would
no.
be so weird.
I'm not. No, that's terrifying. Like, what if you
Yeah.
grow shark teeth and then that's what you got? Or
Well, I mean, that'd
vampire
be
teeth.
kind of cool.
Vampire teeth.
I mean, now we're talking,
Okay. I
right?
can get behind
I could
this.
get behind vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oop.
Heck yeah.
Did we just? Oh, I think we. Oh, it's paused due to poor connection, and we're back.
Perfect.
Boom. And so
It's like, stop talking about vampires.
yeah, it's like, oh, vampire teeth
Yeah.
canceled.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Apparently, Facebook
That's
doesn't like
but low-key, though,
vampire
that's
teeth.
like that is very freaky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me thinks it would be cool, right? Because
it would
then,
if it goes well.
if it goes
for
well,
sure.
which is like a crazy part of life that we're in now, where science is coming to an area like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because we've already had cloning in different areas.
Yeah.
So, and the whole point of all that was to be able to really clone parts for people. So, like, we
Yeah.
could last longer and we could be like cars and you could just change out parts.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Which is another insane thing, because how long do you think?
What about our brains?
Okay, see, there's certain parts that you like. What about
I do
skin
need
and
certain parts of my
brains?
brain, probably.
Yeah, right. Could we take it from somebody else? Yeah.
I need
Somebody
a
with a
new
little more
prefrontal
balanced.
cortex.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. If only. If, but so I mean that would be something that would be crazy there. Another
Yeah.
thing to think about, I mean, it would be, I mean, should watermelon be considered a berry?
That is important. I feel like this needs to be talked about more.
Right.
Yeah. Because it grows on a vine? Is
I
that why
guess
they're
to me,
asking?
I don't know. I read it. I just honestly grabbed a random one and read it real quick. But
What are your thoughts?
well, as I say it, it's a melon. It's
It is
watermelon.
a melon.
And I don't even.
It already has a place.
Right. I don't think that's
it wants
even.
to be a berry so bad.
Yeah. Listen, get this off your controversy list.
Can you do watermelon?
Can I do
you eat
watermelon?
it?
What? Yeah. My brain glitched out so much. My texture can do watermelon. Yes.
Okay.
I
don't know
it
how
took
to
me a
say
second.
that.
No, you were, but I'm just like, you know me, I'm a train, right? Like I always arrive at the station. Just sometimes I'm slow and late, but I'm always on track. Just
I
gets the
didn't phrase it well.
No, I mean, that was a little quick.
Can you do
Can you do
watermelon?
watermelon? That's
Cool.
fair.
I know I can form sentences.
Right. No, you talk well. I love watermelon. Watermelon's a great texture for me. I like to get the seedless one. That's the only difference, right? Seeds are what really
Yeah.
throws me off.
You don't like to shoot the seeds? You
Um,
shoot them and you see how far you can get them.
well, that sounds fun now.
Yes.
Yeah, I never
Yeah, you
thought about
just sit
that.
there in a row and then, I mean, I also like seedless, but if you're like
Yeah.
chilling with people, then you shoot the watermelon seeds.
Like by spitting them out? Is that how you shoot them?
Yes,
Just
you
to be
do.
clear, a little
Absolutely.
thing like that?
Yep.
Well, that sounds like a blast. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would do that.
We should just eat watermelon at a park and just shoot it up. People that walk
Um,
by.
you know, we joke, but I'm totally down with it.
I'm down.
Yeah, and we'll get like a little hidden camera and we can just be like, what?
We're gonna get like arrested.
We're just like, we didn't do it. It's some guy over there. It was a
We're
run
there
by
with our
watermelon.
watermelon.
Seriously, we'll hold the watermelon and we should tell like it wasn't us.
It
I don't know.
wasn't us.
There was a guy walking over there with watermelon though. He handed us this
He
watermelon.
definitely is the guilty one.
Yeah, and we could even by like look. The best part is if we looked at them as we and like making eye
Yeah.
contact, and be like it wasn't me. We'd be
Have
like,
you
we
ever
watched
done
you
the-
do that.
Have you ever done the rubber bands around a watermelon?
No.
I want to do that. Like
Okay.
low key, I really want to do it.
Do you
really
think
bad.
you could crush a watermelon with your thighs? Have you seen people do that?
Oh no, I definitely couldn't.
I don't know. I kind of want to try.
You should.
I think we should do it.
But like a big one or like one of the little ones?
No, like I'm gonna totally prep this. I'm gonna like kind of crack it a little bit
Can
before.
we just have a watermelon day?
Yes.
Where we shoot the watermelon seeds, we do the rubber bands.
Yes.
Your crazy butt can try
Whatever.
to
Now,
squish it
first
with
off,
your
we're both
thighs.
trying, whether you fail or
I am
not.
not trying to squish.
Come
that
on.
sounds painful.
Why would it be painful?
Because you'd have to put so much pressure, and then I just get bruises, and I wouldn't have any watermelon.
Well, I mean,
That
you would
sounds
still have the
awful.
water. What would happen to the watermelon if you didn't break it? You would still have the water. It doesn't just disappear. Like, yeah, like, I wouldn't have any water. Does the watermelon just cease to
I feel
exist?
like then it's like I don't know. No, I don't know. And then what else can we do with the watermelon? Ooh, we can throw it from a ceiling. I mean, from a ceiling.
We could throw it from a ceiling.
What else can you do with
I
watermelon?
mean, so many things. We could cut it into discs if you want to throw it, and we could see how watermelon frisbee would work
Yeah,
because they cut in like little thin frisbees.
yeah.
We could make
You can
watermelon
make
masks.
Oh,
You know, where you cut them out and put it
Yeah.
up.
and then, but I know you can make drinks and slushies.
Ooh, I'm always down for a good
Yeah.
slushy.
Yeah,
I love a slushy.
yeah.
Yes. And
Heck
that's the thing.
yeah.
Watermelon, it's so refreshing. I feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as that goes. So yeah, not a berry,
Not a berry.
a melon,
It's a melon.
maybe a mask.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Mhm.
We're going to
Definitely
find a lot of
entertaining.
things. Yeah. Definitely entertaining. Would you That's not even a good one. I'll read it just because like it.
Okay.
I like going through and just trying to pick random ones.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Totally.
But is cereal better served with milk or orange juice?
oh,
Like who would eat their
are
cereal?
there any that would be good with orange juice? I don't think so.
No, well, so okay, so are we talking about this is where my brain gets confused on the question.
Yeah.
Because are we talking about literally pouring it into the bowl with the cereal?
I
Or are
think
we
that's
talking
what
about a
it's
side
saying.
cup situation?
No, I think it means in with the cereal.
Right, well then it's milk all
Have you
day.
ever had cereal with water?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Totally been there.
growing up poor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
Didn't even
cereal
have to
water.
question that one. I was like, yep, 100%.
I saw
Yeah.
I saw a meme or something or a skit or something
Yeah, yeah.
where this guy's like basically saying like I grew up poor, I didn't realize it
Yeah.
until I went over to a friend's house and all their dining room chairs matched each other.
That's a good one.
It's like you don't really know, and like I was thinking like dang,
Or like
yeah.
the cups or like the plates or whatever.
They all
Like, yeah.
match. Like yeah, like we had all these mismatched like everything.
Did you have like
nothing
takeout
matched.
cups as cups too? Like you
We
know what I
didn't
mean? Like
we couldn't
you never went
afford
out?
eating out.
Oh, that makes sense. We would
Yeah.
we would have like that if we ever got to go out, like if it
Yeah.
was like there'd be collector cups.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like we'd have
yeah,
those up in the
Yeah,
and that would be like the kids' cups. We didn't really have like nice
yeah,
like cups.
yeah.
And to my parents' credit, they had a
Yeah.
lot of kids.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And as a
yeah.
parent now,
Mine
like
had
I get it.
5.
Yeah, see, and my like
Yeah.
at the peak, the small house was 7 kids.
Yeah, yeah,
And then the bigger one had to been like
yeah,
10
yeah,
or so. Like it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like we used to have to. Did I tell you we were in a? It's called Gleaners.
Gleaners.
And we would go
For-
after things.
Were you can I guess what it is real quick?
Mhm.
Is it glamour cleaners?
No, I wish. No, we cleaned a lot, but it
Yeah.
was not glamorous. No, it'd be after harvesting. Then, if you're
Okay.
in the Gleaners program, you
Yeah.
could go in the field and get the leftovers and keep it to eat.
Oh, that's kind of
and it
cool.
was free.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah, I
like
mean you
that.
have to work for it, but yeah.
Right.
So sometimes we had to do that to eat.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that you had like, here's the thing. I'm
We
so
had to work
weird.
really hard for what we had.
Right. But you had an opportunity to work and earn something.
Yeah.
Like I'm weird like that. Like Jimbo, I remember he always I don't like being given things.
Yeah.
I'm weird like this, right?
Yeah.
Like I like to earn my stuff.
I like being
It's just
given things now.
well, I guess yeah, it
Now
depends,
that I
right?
like
But like
earned my
I like
keep.
to earn my way for the most part. And
Oh, of
like
course.
yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm talking about like
Oh no, yeah,
because
of
it's my
course.
love language.
Yeah.
But
No, that
yes,
makes sense.
no, nothing
But
that.
even
Yeah,
then,
you
I'm not a
work
big
for it.
gifts person.
Yeah.
I don't like getting gifts.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I like when somebody does something for me.
Right. You're
You
an
know what I
acts of
mean?
service
Yes,
person.
huge acts
Yeah.
of service
Yeah.
person. That makes my
I
heart.
don't like that because I'm like, you think I can't do this
I
myself?
know I had to learn.
I can do everything
Yeah.
and I don't need
You're like,
anyone to
I'm a
do
strong,
anything.
independent
And you're
woman.
like, I'm just trying to show you I care
Yeah,
about you.
exactly.
No,
Sorry, I care.
no,
Yeah,
but you can bring me a gift though,
that's
and then
right.
call it good.
Yeah, I know. But like, hey, there's kind of a creepy guy coming up here. Just run on this side, and you're like, I'm a big, strong woman. I do Krav Maga. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm like, all right, all
I
right.
do. I
Yeah.
would be interested. Anybody watching or listening,
Yes.
if any other girls feel the same way that they don't
Ooh.
like when
Yes.
a guy like makes them stand or walk on the inside.
Oh, of the sidewalk.
Yeah,
That's what
like
we're talking
away
about.
from people or
Yes.
traffic. Like it's like literally, I know I don't like obviously
No,
with
you're
you
fine.
or
You're fine.
Mike,
Yeah.
people that I care about and that I know just, that,
Right.
yeah,
They're
like,
doing it because they care for
yeah.
you.
And it's like,
Right.
but overall though, and still even with
Hmm.
anybody, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I know
Right.
how to jump out of the way. Like if we
Well,
get hit, like I'm probably still getting hit by
right,
a
right.
car. And if
Well,
there's a crazy person, it doesn't matter if I'm 1 foot over.
right.
Like,
Right. I mean, you're right. The initial idea, I think, is that like I never thought of it as being condescending.
yeah.
Right. And I see that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
to me, it was always like other men taught me this.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is how you be a good man.
Right.
And not that
And
necessarily
like
this is
I
right.
do get
Do you know what I
it.
mean?
Like,
But like this
yeah.
is how to be chivalrous and how you take care
Yeah.
of like the women in your lives.
Yeah.
Because like it was thought of as like you guys have ways you take care of us as well that we can't
Right.
necessarily do.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
just like it's being a team more.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I see like I see your point
Yeah.
too. Like after you told
And
me about it, I was
I
like,
think
oh, I guess that is kind of like insulting. Like you're too weak to be able to take care of yourself. Like
yeah,
that, because
that's
that
like
is,
how
yeah,
it feels. But also I know like there was maybe a time for that just because
right.
of history and generations are just different.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it's like very sweet when somebody does that,
Hmm.
but also it's like we are in a day and age now where like people are pretty equal no
Oh, I'd
matter
say
how you
so.
feel like
A
or how
hundred
much
percent.
somebody tries to keep somebody in the place they think they should be. It's
Right,
just
right.
not that way anymore,
Oh,
or it
100%.
shouldn't be. And so like now I'm like pretty equal to
Yeah.
anybody, and so I just like prefer
When
it
you've
that
done a lot of
way.
training too, you know
Yeah.
how to defend
And like
yourself.
I know physically, like that's the one thing too, is like physically women are usually the physically weaker sex.
Right.
So I also get that. So like adjustments have to be made for that.
Right.
But so it's kind of just like a weird place to be, but I
Yeah.
can't like not feel insulted when somebody like, you know, yeah, like when
Right.
someone's like, I'm going to protect you, and I feel like I
You're like, I
can
didn't.
protect myself.
Yeah, you're like, did I ask you for the protection?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, I would vocalize if I felt like I needed somebody to physically do something that I couldn't.
Right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
like yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird.
Because like there have been times you've said like, "Hey, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
do a showing, and it's
Right.
with a man I've never met before." Like,
Yeah.
and so I've gone with you.
Yeah.
You've had other people
Yeah.
go with you.
Totally. Yeah.
So like you're right. Like if you
Yeah.
feel you that need, like you'll
Mhm.
vocalize it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, anyways, yeah.
But then just to
'cause I
assume that
feel
you need
like,
it, I see your
what if
point.
you were with a man that was bigger and stronger than you,
Yeah.
and he made you do that?
I would
Would you
snuggle him.
like that?
Yeah, I'd be like, "Thank you,
What'd you
Papa
say?
Bear,"
No, I
and
mean
I would
like for
just,
real.
I'd crawl
Like,
up on his back, and just.
like,
I'm just kidding.
no. Like, it would be insulting if he was
It'd be
like,
super
you're
insulting.
weaker
You're
than
right.
me, and I'm going to now tell you where to walk because I'm actually the one that can actually do
Right.
anything if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you're at very core, you'd be like, wow, you just made me feel very small and like I'm not good enough and that I can't take care of myself.
Right.
But it's like,
And
people
part of
just
me would
think
be like,
automatically women don't feel that way.
yeah.
Like, no, no. Like, and like, yeah, I
That
don't
makes
know. I
sense.
don't know. Times are just different
Well, absolutely.
than back
How they
then.
used to be. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like how like Lyle and I are watching Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah.
And I know it's not historical. I want to be
Yeah.
very clear when I say
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not history,
Yeah.
but it does represent a certain time period,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And it's crazy to see how, because I'm sure it's very similar to how like
Yeah.
women and people were treated back then,
Yeah.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like it definitely
Yeah.
does come from a time where
Yeah.
like things were different
Right.
and a lot more
And it's not
physical.
like traditional. So I know a
Right,
lot of
right,
people are like, I have traditional values,
right,
which
right.
that would be more. So I mean, if there are women that want that, then like awesome, like
Absolutely.
more like do your life however you want to. I
Yeah.
just know for mine,
It's not
is
your thing
I
at all.
can't with that
Yeah.
like
Well,
at all.
you're a very like dominant, strong person in general anyways. Like you have a strong personality, which is great. Like so like to be made into a smaller person, like that's gonna
Yeah.
be completely against it. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there are guys and girls, right,
Hmm.
that probably would love that smaller like feeling or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Both of
I'm
us,
just
we're
not.
not gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
For sure.
But
And it's like there's like so many people that are like, oh, if you're it's a man and a woman, she's doing that, like
right.
it makes the man less, but that's not the case at all.
No.
Like Mike is like, I would never think of him as weak or less. Like
No,
he's
absolutely.
awesome. Like,
Yeah.
he's a good partner for me.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
great part. Well, and that's what
Yeah.
you find, right? Like when I was married, we had a game plan to where she was going to school
Yeah.
and she had a career path,
Right.
and I was working as well,
Yeah.
but I was going to take care of most of the home stuff.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was making our breakfast, I was doing our laundry,
Mm-hmm.
because she was running a jewelry store full time
Right.
and going to school full time.
Yeah.
So I just had the full time job. So since I didn't have the school,
Yeah.
I did the extra,
Yeah.
right? Like all the girl chore, or what they
Yeah.
would have been called, just to be
Right.
clear, right? You know what I mean?
Domestic.
Yeah, but I happily did it. And I would,
Yeah.
and like, she was going to be the one working. We even talked about if we had kids, I was going to be the one staying home with them.
Right.
And I was
Yeah.
happy to do that because I
Yeah.
agree with you. Like, to me, it doesn't matter who does it, they're just jobs that need to get done.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And you figure it out and do it like, as long
Yeah.
as they're getting
I
done.
would rather die than like clean in my house every day.
Yeah.
Like I will hire someone for that. But I will work and make
Right.
more than the amount of money that I'm paying somebody, and then I don't have to do what I don't like. I get to do what I like, and life's good.
Well, and that's where you find your work life
Like,
balance,
yeah.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I totally get that. There's a lot of things like it's the same with my paperwork side of things,
Yeah.
how I've hired out for a lot of those
Yeah.
sides of
You
things, because
gotta,
I'd rather have my eyes
It's
like
like
pulled out. Like,
we're
yeah.
like we're like, I'm almost 37, you're 40. Like
Right.
we've paid our dues of hard work.
100%.
We have done all of the things, and now we're at a point where it's like, okay, I'm going to leverage other people because I have
Yeah.
paid my dues and I deserve to do what I want to do now.
Absolutely.
Like,
Well, and I'll
so
work harder to be able to afford it even.
yeah,
You
and
know what
it's
I
like
mean?
we're
Yeah,
still
yeah.
working hard. We're just now we
Absolutely.
have dialed in what we do best,
Yeah.
and then we'll leverage others for what we don't do best.
Absolutely.
And I do not want to clean all day.
No, I get
I
that.
am not like
I already
a.
clean all
I
day
don't know.
here.
I could not be a stay-at-home mom. I could not homeschool. I
Yeah,
know my limits.
I get that. COVID showed me that. Like, I always thought about being a teacher for a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I would have been like a PE teacher, if anything, if I'm just being honest. That would have
I
been my
I
jam. I
don't.
couldn't have done
Yeah,
like any
yeah.
schoolwork.
Oh my gosh, I
Um, yeah,
know. Ugh,
but
I barely like my kids, let alone
right.
somebody
That's what I'm
else's.
saying.
Ugh, I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
during COVID, I was like, they need to give all the teacher raises.
Dude,
I will
same.
personally contribute to
I was like,
this.
how do you guys do this? I only have mine. And he's
Yes,
mine.
yeah.
Yeah, how do
Like
you, yeah.
no,
And I
no.
love him, but also at the same sense, I'm like, like look at him like
Yeah,
just a,
I know.
but
That was not a good time.
no, that was, I think a lot of people can relate to that. It was a
Oh
very hard
yeah.
time, right? So
Well, and I feel blessed because it's like we had a house with a yard. There were a lot of people that had just as many kids as I do
yeah,
that were maybe in an upstairs apartment without a yard and couldn't really
absolutely.
go outside. Like
Yeah,
I was just counting my blessings for sure.
I get that.
Yeah.
We had an upstairs apartment.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only two of us,
Right.
but we were in that situation.
Yeah.
And I was so thankful for our deck or porch
Hmm.
or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it,
Yeah.
because we could just go outside. It was still secluded, but it was just a moment
Mhm.
of being able to breathe that natural air, the fresh air.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
there's something about being like,
Oh yeah. We
inside
are
all the
not meant to
time.
be inside.
No,
As
yeah. I mean, we smell all that stuff. You got to air it out.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
But well, it's about that time.
Yeah,
Wrapping up.
yeah.
It's been
One
another
quick
great.
shout out to what was the name of that race?
Oh, yeah, we're going to be doing a race
It's
soon.
October 11th. So if you sign
Yes,
up, let us know because we have a reason for it. But if you signed up, let us know. We want to connect with you
absolutely.
on that.
Yep. My
Or
good friend Sean Remington
it's
is
got a
running
cool
it.
name like Sunset something or other.
It's Rainbow Ridge,
Rainbow
20K,
Ridge. Yeah,
50K.
so we'll do the 20K, which is just
That's
under
right.
a half marathon.
Right. It's an ultra. It's going to be up in some beautiful mountains here in
Mm-hmm.
Oregon. It's going to have great sights. We're going to post the website link on our socials, so it'll be
Yeah.
all over that for you guys to check out.
Yep.
We are very excited. It's our first ultra we've ever
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. What
As
city
far
is
as
it in?
that.
Because we will actually run up to a ridge.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think I read you get shuttled up to an area, but then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
running around the ridge. Or I'm
So
pulling it
cool.
up right now. Oh, maybe not.
Is it Salem?
No, I think because he lives down like in the Eugene area.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I assume it's around that area.
Yeah.
Why is the link
We
not
should go
working
down
right
there and like
now?
practice running the summit.
I think I sent it to you
Yeah.
as well. I'll go
Okay.
check there.
Well, we can put the link in our bio
We'll
or
put the link in
whatever.
our bio. Yeah, because it's just being goofy right
Yeah.
now.
But October 11th, so everybody needs to register.
Yeah, registration closes by October 8th.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a
So
heads
we
up
got
for
time.
everybody. And it looks like it's start from the Upper McKinsey Community Center. Runners
Mm-hmm.
will climb 2,600 feet to Kings Castle Summit for the world-class views of McKinsey River Valley, as well as high Cascade peaks. I almost said perks.
Perks.
The way back is all downhill for a fast and super fun finish.
Awesome.
And then the 50K is a little bit more. After a 15-minute shuttle, runners start from the Olali North Trailhead to Horse Pasture Mountain Summit. Epic 360-degree views of the Three Sisters Wilderness and snowy peaks. Then ride the Ridgeline Trail past
That is too
Macduff Mountain
much.
before a long descent into O'Leary Castle Rock Trailhead.
That is too much. If you register for that, you're crazy.
Yeah, you'll be doing around, it says 7,000 feet of vert in that Pacific Northwest epic adventure.
Yeah, no, I'm good with the 20K.
Yeah,
Because we're gonna be getting
it's our
almost
first one.
2,600
Yeah.
feet.
It's going to be a big, yeah, it's going to be a big one. We'll eventually maybe do the 50
Yeah.
because that's the kind
I
of
don't
people we
want
are.
to. I don't think I would ever want to.
I know, but
Yeah.
I think this is the kind of friends we are though. If I
Yeah.
sign up for it, I'm pretty sure you'd do it as
No,
well.
not right now. We'll
Not right
see.
now,
Okay.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
We'll see.
if
You're
I think like
oops, I signed
after,
up too.
yeah, exactly. Like, I think after like
It slips
three
and fell.
20Ks, then you'll
Yeah.
be like,
Okay.
I'm feeling I could do it.
We'll see.
Because
We'll
you like to
see.
level up. This is why I feel so confident about you,
Yeah.
is because I know we are similar personalities in the sense
Yeah.
that we start something
Mm-hmm.
and we never stay where we're at.
Yeah.
We always grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that we would just stay at 20, I mean, I don't know. We may never do a 50K.
Just 20K.
Yeah. So you got to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be great though. As always, thank you guys for checking in with
Yep.
us. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys later on live. And
Yeah.
then what do we always say, Jordan?
Thank you for joining the Real Cut podcast, where we give you our unfiltered take on life. I like how you're mouthing.
Yeah.